Thank you. And I wish to raise the issue of approximately 1,000 Leaving Cert students who are due to sit their Leaving Cert examinations in the coming week. And these are students who have special needs and special requirements and applied through the department to the State Examinations Commission for a reader to assist them in reading the examination papers so they could answer the examination papers to the best of their abilities. Many of the people, the 1,000 people who have been refused this reader, have various issues such as dyslexia and have difficulty reading the examination paper, and they have all been refused this special support for the Leaving Certificate that's now about to commence very shortly. Now, so people will understand what we're talking about. There is a system in place under the State Examination Commission for readers for students sitting both the Junior Certificate and Leaving Certificate exam. And I asked, by way of parliamentary question last week, about a particular case in Portlaoise, which I'll come back to, and then I asked for the overall numbers, which I received by way of letter last night from the State Examinations Commission. And this is a scheme, and it's called RACE, Reasonable Accommodation at the Certificate Examinations, designed to assist candidates, that's students with special needs, at the certificate examination. And it applies to candidates with a physical disability, visual or hearing impairment, or a specific learning difficulty. And the purpose of this is to remove, as far as possible, the impact of the disability on the student so that they can demonstrate their level of attainment. Very clear. The reader does not help the person answer the examination. They just read it to them because they have a difficulty reading, and they must reply in full themselves. And also the scheme is designed to ensure that no candidate with a reader is giving any unfair advantage. So we understand the scheme, and it's a good scheme and it's a fair scheme. And I want to say to you, Minister, that's the purpose of the scheme. But last year, 914 students were refused a reader. I can only conclude the figure is in that order again this year. There's no reason to doubt otherwise. And I asked for the figures for the last 3 years to see what's going on here, as we're meeting this in our constituency. And in the 2012 Leaving Certificate, 669 students were refused a reader. I have it from the State Examinations Commission last night. 2013, the figure went up to 894. Last year, the figure was 914, and I'm sure the figure is at least that again this year. So in just a short period since 2012, the figure has gone up from 669 to 914, an increase of 245 students refused a reader. That is an increase of 37% in that short period. That did not happen by accident. It was a deliberate policy of this government to cut the funding and cut down the cost of examinations. This was a clear decision actually taken by Rory Quinn when he was there to cut down the number of these readers. And I have to say, these are students who have gone through the full primary and post-primary education system. They had special needs, they were assisted along the way. They get to their final exam in the examination system and they need one bit of continuation of the special help that they've had. And all that happens is you slam the door in their face when it comes to sitting the Leaving Cert examination. These are all people who had a reader for their Junior Cert, the other state examination. So do you know how they feel being deprived of this at this stage? They are reduced to tears. Their parents are helpless. This is actually cruelty to students who are sitting their Leaving Cert examination. You've stepped up this approach in the last couple of years. It was 600 after you came to office. You have it up at 1,000, and you're slamming the door, and those children, or I should say teenagers now, students, are actually crying and afraid to sit their exam because the facility they had at the Junior Cert is now being deprived of them at the Leaving Cert examination.